Time Zero, the Human Dimension. The author, Martin Amis, chooses to narrate the novel in reverse in order to force the reader to reevaluate how we see each other and the world. Consider this quote on page 68. Time passed, time, the human dimension, which makes us everything we are. The author purports that if I want to ask, who am I must also ask, what is time, as the two are explicitly linked. Time enables humanity. It enables humans. We cannot exist outside of time, and thus we must define it, we must explore it. We must know how it changes us, even if time itself is changing. So, in short, the reverse narration enables the author, then, to contrast the narrator with Todd, the two humans with time. Consider the following quote on page 120. Our preternatural purpose, to dream a race, to make a people from the weather, from the thunder and from the lightning, with gas, with electricity, with shit and with fire. Todd, then, wishes to build the Aryan race with the destruction of all other races. He follows the Nazi belief in Aryan superiority and the creation of a superior race from the destruction, from the purging of all inferior subspecies. He wishes to create through destruction. He wishes for this final solution. The narrator, though, he wants to breathe life into many races. He wants to create a plethora of people from the dead. Remember that in Page Time, the extermination of the gypsies or of the Jews is seen as their creation. It is seen as their birth. Todd wishes to create life from fire, from gas, from shit, from electricity. He wishes to make. Todd wishes to destroy. Both, then, though, they support the Nazi regime, but both aren't necessarily evil, nor is Todd necessarily naive. He intelligently processes the events he sees and deduces that one can grant life to the dead, to the unborn. Depending on how time flows, even good and evil become relative. They become interchangeable. Humanity is dependent upon time. In order to further explore time through the literary technique of reverse narration, the narrator is implied to be a non-human entity. Consider these two quotes on page 93 and 91. Some mortal wariness. Maybe I'm tired of being human, if human is what I am. And for me the stars are mote-like, just twists of dust. The narrator is removed from the requirements of life, from bowel movements or what have you, and more importantly, he is unconcerned with the very mortal fear of death. Time is what makes people human, and consequently mortality is the source of much of our morality. For example, in a life where time is infinite, possessions become meaningless, as an infinite amount can be accumulated with little effort. Theft is a solely mortal qualm. Theft from an immortal is an inconvenience of inconsequential significance. He has all the time, therefore he has time to get all of the things. Theft is no longer a moral infringement. But that is not to say that the narrator's escape from death means that he can't sympathize with the dying, with the babies that must be unborn, etc. And the narrator can learn to fear death for others. And even though he is removed from his humanness, without cause or reason, the narrator is more humane than Todd. The narrator wants to better the lives of others, and Todd wants to destroy them, if only for his own benefit. Thus, the analysis of time and humanity that lies within Time Zero reveals that if everything is laid out bare, if time is manipulatable, even good and evil become relative. When we wonder who we are, we must also consider what is time? How much is there? Where is it going? More importantly, when does it end? Thank you. Lukimov.